Google Drive allows you to comment on documents and projects, which is a great way to provide feedback and advice, some tips, offer some ideas or examples. It's a great way for collaboration to take place from student to student and also from teacher to student. The commenting example that I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull up an example of a project that one of my students did a while back. This is a project that required him to write a story called Floating Down the Nile, and the example or the story was supposed to be what it'd be like if you were to float down the Nile River in ancient Egypt. So I'm looking at his document, and the document hasn't been turned in yet, but I can still see it and check his progress. So as he's working on it, I can kind of look through and see how he's doing. Now I noticed that he wrote, the first thing I saw on the Nile was a papyrus plant. It had a tall stem and green sharp leaves at the top. I think that's a pretty good example and description of what a papyrus plant looks like, so I'm going to tell him that and give him a little bit of a compliment here. So I'm going to select the part that I want to comment on, and then I'm going to go up here to where it says comments and click comments. Select comment, and that's going to pop up this little window and allow me to provide a comment for Caleb's paper. And then go to comment. So now on his computer, wherever he may be, if he's looking at his document, that's going to pop up and he's going to get a nice little compliment to hopefully keep his motivation going and get him excited about doing a good job with his paper. Now if I continue to read forward a little bit more, I notice that now they're doing some fishing, and they were throwing nets, pens, and traps into the water to get some fish. Now my question for Caleb is, what fish specifically would they be catching in the Nile River? So I'm going to now ask him a question and give him something to think about. So I'm going to leave another comment, and I'm going to ask him a question and comment on that. So now another comment has popped up for Caleb that it will allow him to think about maybe getting a little bit more specific with what type of fish they would be fishing for if they were floating down the Nile River. The commenting feature would also work for from student to student. If Caleb and his partner are working on a project, they can comment back and forth and bounce ideas off each other and give feedback that way. The commenting feature is easy to use, and it provides some good flexibility and freedom to collaborate and work together.